Welcome back, everybody, to the daily show where we discuss and do technical analysis on big mega cap stocks. So, before we get started, please smash that like button, and 100 plus likes on this video would be greatly appreciated, guys. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. Now, if you want to support the channel and get my daily trade ideas, my swing trade ideas, live trading, and all kinds of setups, definitely check out their link down below in the description for Patreon. And now let's get right into it, guys. On AMD, it's up 1%. So AMD, again, you can see it right on my screen, trading over all these moving averages and holding 50 SMA right here, which is sitting at 150 pretty much exactly. So AMD here looking definitely bullish over 150. We could see a move early as Monday up to 161 to 164 as long as we're above actually 150. Now, keep that in mind. We also have FOMC, and for the first time, they will be cutting rates. So that is something market is actually waiting for, and we could see lots of volatility here in this market because of that event. So going into Monday's session, your key line in the sand right here on AMD 150, below that 148, 144.34, and under that you will see a flush down to 138 to 133.91 lower Bollinger Band. The longer time we spend over 150, AMD definitely heading higher back up to 161.20 upper Bollinger Band, and then possibly retesting 164, and over that watch out for this gap here on top just under 175. And here's my X account, and if you guys are on there, definitely give me a follow. And there is no subscription, nothing here on X is totally free. And sometimes I even throw out free trade ideas right here on X, like this one right here that I actually got in. And if you got in, this was money making opportunity right here on Google Play. And you can see Google actually came down that day when I called it out before opening that I'll be getting those calls right at opening. And this thing 150 calls, now trading at what, 158, 159. So all these trade ideas are available on Patreon. And when I say Patreon, guys, I mean serious people. If you're really serious about trading and you want to learn and you want to get better at it, or at least you want to support the channel, then definitely check out their link down below in the description for Patreon. And you can see this play right here. I said it right here on my X account that Google here, Google time to load up, very oversold. And you can see from these conditions, we actually get a big bounce, and Google definitely got a big bounce up by $8-9 from my entry, and could be going up even more. So check out that link down below in the description for Patreon, guys, if you're interested. On Google, stock it's up 1.82%. So you guys saw that play on Google. So a lot of people, when they see things are going higher, FOMO gets in and they get really bullish at the top. Where I come in, I like to buy the dip when things are oversold, even though the trend is down. And you guys saw that play on Google. I'm still holding, and especially that call out I made on X that Google is getting really oversold. Time to go and load up the boat. And definitely we did right here, just slightly over, it's under 151. We got in at 150 calls, and now that position is up like $8-9 from my entry, and I think it can go higher, especially with FOMC next week. If the market goes higher, this thing will definitely get up to this gap 163.41. So going into Monday's session, there will be strong support down here at 155 and the gap right here. And below that, you will see Google sliding down, possibly down to 152.48 to close this gap. Now, as long as we don't take out this low down here, 148, it's fine. Google can come back, and especially we break out of this downtrend, and that would be, I would say, over 163 here, guys. If we can close this gap and Google can hold right here, we know that Google is a big name, and this thing can really move back up to the upside again. We're seeing that on Amazon already. Huge move back up to the upside, pretty much going back up to all-time highs. So Google can do that. I mean, look at this, 193. We got a bunch of gaps on top, and if this thing can hold up, especially one of these levels right here after filling the gap, we could see a move early as next week up to this gap 163.41, and from there even 170. Now Google strong support here to watch, and the gap 155, below that 152.48, and then we might be coming back and retesting these lows and the support 148. Netflix going up 1.5%. So what I said in my last video and the one I actually made before that, if this thing can break and hold 680, you can play this back up to the upside, and easily this thing will get up to 700. And boy, oh boy, this that actually delivered, guys. I mean, 680 was holding. I mean, you can see. Forget about my video that I made 2 days ago, or the one that I actually made Thursday. That is where I actually said that. But you can see, even on Friday, you had the chance. You had the chance to make a lot of money right here. 680 came pretty much exactly to the pennies. We opened at 680, and then from there, this monster took off. That is almost a $20 move back up to the upside. So this is why these videos, especially that I put out for you guys, and I would like to do that every week, every day. But then, I would like to see some appreciation from people that are watching, subscribing to the channel, and especially liking the videos. So yes, I do appreciate the video I actually made Thursday night. You guys definitely killed it with a lot of likes, and I would like to see the same thing over here, and maybe you can get 150, 200 likes. That would be greatly appreciated, guys. And you can see these technical analysis that I do put out for you guys, and it's not like I'm charging money, or I'm trying to there is so many people begging for money. That's not what I'm saying. But when you spend time on something, at least when you see appreciation from more people, then you want to put out more. You want to get even better at it. You want to put better levels so people can see it. Maybe they can make money, and these videos can help them. So that is the goal. It's not like you just have to join my Patreon and get my trades. You can watch it. You can do your thing by yourself. You don't have to join it. You can be your own. You can be trading on your own and doing even better, right? So that is why the videos are coming out, and these videos will be coming out even more, especially with more likes and more people subscribing to the channel. Now, as the channel grows, yeah, like I said, more videos will be coming out, and more precise levels, so you guys can make money out of these videos. I don't think anyone on YouTube covers all these names one by one, and does these updates pretty much every night, besides my channel. So I do appreciate a lot of people that are putting effort and putting those likes, and there are some people that are still watching, just watching the videos, and they do not even go and bother to subscribe. So I would definitely appreciate if we can actually get to 10,000 subscribers. And I mean, we're almost there. And here on Netflix, so you can see nice, really nice play right here from 680 to 700. And now the things here on Netflix, you know, I would not short this, I would not go long and see what this thing actually does, because you can see upper Bollinger Band coming down and the lower one going up. So big move is coming, but this thing is already up so much. Where is the big move coming from? There is no catalyst, nothing here on Netflix. So watch out, over 700, we might be retesting this high 711, and from there maybe even retesting previous all-time highs and possibly hitting a brand new all-time high. But then we need that breakout. We need to stay over 700. If this thing comes back, there will be support at 686, 680, and below that you will see a flush down to 666.27, 664, and then 660. Under that, this thing will come down really hard all the way down to 630. On Meta, it's absolutely flat on the day. Now, Friday morning, I actually did put out this play here on Meta, and unfortunately, this thing actually missed by just few pennies. So I was willing to actually go and buy Meta right here after filling this gap. And you can see pretty much this downtrend and this gap fill reversal. This thing came really close from 517, and I was waiting with my fingers on my keyboard to go in right here on Meta and get in. And when I saw this thing reversing from 517, I'm like, damn it, I didn't get in. And then look at the move here, guys. I mean, that is huge. $10 up from the bottom. So if you actually got Friday expiration on Friday, guess what? That is huge money. So this thing reversed and went higher. But you can see not really doing much, flat on the day, did not fill the gap. So this could be a play for you guys going into Monday session. If we see some sort of a pullback down to this gap, that's going to be an opportunity, as long as this can hold right here at 513. Now before that, yes, Meta will have supported 520. As long as this thing can hold 520, then watch out for a push back up to 531 to 538, and then maybe even retesting previous all-time highs to going up to even a brand new all-time high. On Amazon, stock is down 0.27%, so lots of consolidation right here on Amazon. And if you look at my screen, why this thing is not going up straight up to this gap? Well, there is a reason. You can see this Bollinger Band. We're actually way outside the Bollinger Band, so it came back and pretty much trading over 185 and holding it right here. So here on Amazon, guys, 185, you're line the sand. Below that, 182.59, rising 5-day moving average, and then 180 down to even 177.47. 20-day moving average, which is actually a positive slope, and that is looking good. Now, if this thing can hold over 185, slowly this upper Bollinger Band will move up even more, and then we might see this gap comes into play, and it's already in play. As long as Amazon stays over 185, I think it's going to close this gap this week at 192.24. And Tesla stock is up 0.21%. So Tesla, again, you can see it's up on the day and pretty much staying flat. And Tesla not actually getting under 224 and not breaking over this high right here, which is at 235. Now you can see Bollinger Band on top, pretty much going up now, but it's going to be a slow process. So maybe we just ping pong in between this bear flag until we get to see that breakout over 235 and especially over 240.79. In that case, it's out of this bear flag and possibly going up to this gap 245.63. So usually Tesla likes to run on Monday, but I'll be keeping a close eye right here at this support and this especially 50-day moving average 224. Under that, it would be fantastic opportunity if you can catch it right here at 218, bottom of this flag and rising 20-day moving average. That would be a better opportunity. But if this thing breaks under that level and gets under 212, immediately exit this trade. This bear flag plays out, this thing is going under 200. So keep that in mind. But typically, what we see here in this market, bear flags are pretty much bull flags, because when was the last time you saw a bear flag on a big name playing out? No, not in recent times. We see bear flags, we see head and shoulder patterns, and things actually break out to the upside. And these are actually real things that are happening, guys. Which sometimes you think that yes, technicals they work, but sometimes on these big names, like it just don't matter, because yes, this is a bear flag, you can see, and you'll see it's breaking out to the upside, possibly going even higher. So when everybody's spotting one thing, the stock might be doing another thing and going the opposite direction. In that case, that is why you need confirmation breakdown, and that is why I would say the first level would be bottom of this flag and the 20-day moving average 218, a buying zone. But if this thing cracks under that, then watch out for 212, and this is going to be your final stop right here. Under that, it will flush and this bear flag will play out. But watch out for that, gap fill here, 245. I think it's within the striking range where we can actually go up, especially with FOMC, and fill this gap at 245.63. And even if you look at my screen, if you, I mean, this thing is extended up to almost 245. So yes, it can come all the way up to top of this range and possibly fill this gap. Maybe it'll look like a fake breakout to the upside where this thing fills the gap and then flushes back down. So yes, you can play this, but you got to be really careful how you're actually navigating Tesla going into next week. On Microsoft, it's up 0.84%. So look at this monstrous run to the upside. I mean, it was 400 last week. I think it was on Monday. And on Friday, we finished at 430. And that is Microsoft for you. Now, this was another one that I called out, that once we see that breakout over 417 right here, and I mean there was no retest, so this was not a easy play unless you're blindly going in. Usually, what I would like to see a retest, but there was no retest. Right here, we saw that breakdown and then immediately went back up. We got this hammer candle and then follow through all the way up to 432 almost on Friday. So yes, it's trading over all these moving averages. And if you look at it right here, and if we take this bull flag and put it on top, we might be going up to these highs and possibly filling this gap 443 and then going even higher up to 451. So going into next week, there will be strong support at 425, I would say, 50-day moving average and top of this range, and under that 420 and then 416, 413 on Microsoft. Over 425, this thing can push. this Bollinger Band on top will expand slowly, and then you're going to see a move up to this gap 443, and this is where you will find a lot of sellers on Microsoft. So watch out for that if that move actually happens next week. On Apple stock is absolutely flat on the day, so this is kind of a concern for the market, especially going into FOMC, that market already at all-time highs, Dow Jones hitting all-time highs almost, and then SPY really close to all-time highs, where this thing is not really participating in that rally last few days and just going sideways. If there is any rally in the market, I would like to see this name right here, Apple, going up and leading the market, but it's not happening. So that is a bit of a concern here for the market. And yes, Microsoft got that bounce, but it's not nowhere near all-time highs, and especially it's getting that bounce from that lower Bollinger Band, where in this case, this thing is just flat. So Apple here, now if you look at my screen, 20-day moving average now sitting at 225. So that's going to be key level to break. Over that, you will see a retest of 230. So it can go on a breakout over 225. Under 225, key level to watch right here at 220. Under that, you will see a flush, possibly down to 207. And lower Bollinger Band so far, holding up right here at 218.71. So I would say 220. That's your key line here on Apple stock to hold. Under that, the longer time we spend under that level, this thing will slowly come down to 207. But as of right now, it's just consolidating. So watch out. This thing might break out over 225. And if that happens next week, you will see 230 on Apple stock. When Nvidia stock is absolutely flat on Friday, and you can see Nvidia just ping-ponging and pretty much staying inside this previous day candle, which was on Thursday, and not really doing much. But again, holding where 117.85. So Nvidia here, guys, you can see, even if we actually draw a trend line here from the top, yes, we're actually in a downtrend on Nvidia stock. However you want to draw it, you can draw it like this, or you can put it right up here, and you can still come up here and possibly retest 126, 127 and get a rejection. But so far, Nvidia is doing well, not taking out this low down here and pretty much holding up at a higher low. So now it's all about timing and watching if this stock can actually break out of this range right here. If that happens, well, blue sky above, and consider Nvidia going up to a brand new all-time high. So it's all about technicals and how they're playing out. Now, Nvidia actually breaks under 118, and this was just a relief rally. In that case, this thing will come back down to 113, and then this key level 107, and under that you will see Nvidia retesting possibly this low down here. So Nvidia here, this is gonna be your line in the sand for Monday, 117.85. Under that, we see a gap down, or this thing comes back after opening under that level. Then the next support 113 and then 107. We need to hold somewhere at 113 even on a pullback to keep this as a higher low and the next higher low right here, and then possibly goes right back up and takes out this high and gets up to 126. That would be more bullish here on Nvidia. So I would like to see something like that. But if this thing continues where we know that Nvidia can do that, we'll just hold right here at 117.85, and from there the next stop and the resistance 126. Over that, this balance right here on top, which is going to be a big one to break. Even 126 is going to be a big one, but then let alone 130, that's going to be a big resistance to watch if we can get up there going into next week. If it breaks under 117.85, watch out for 113 and then 107. Under that, well, Nvidia in no man's land, and this thing can land easily down to, I would say, 96 and then even $90. And that's all I have for you guys in this video, and I'll definitely keep you guys updated Monday night.